and we're going to be reviewing the one and only, the man with the funkiest tone, funkiest sound, perfect definition I can use to describe this production itself. Organic, raw elements instilled in. So, enough wasting time. Let's just listen to this and then you get exactly what I mean. Let's go. Yo, what's up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of It's About Deep with the one and only, the deepest. Welcome back, housemates. I hope everyone is good. I hope everyone is fresh. Hope everyone is having a beautiful week ahead. To my housemates, just a special shout out to you guys. You guys have been nothing but amazing to the podcast, and just a few words of encouragement and few words of appreciation to you guys for the support, for everything. Shout out to you, housemates. Yeah, housemates. We're all housemates here. Like we're combined to get a better life of house. But enough about that. I want us to get into the serious ish that we're about to deep dive and review for today. And we're gonna be reviewing the one and only, the man with the funkiest tone, funkiest sound. To the point sometimes I confuse him with the funkiest guy ever. But I know he is the guy. He is him. He is Young Molz. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, housemates will be tuning to Young Molz for today. We got a special single that he dropped 2 weeks back on Friday, titled I Am Funk. And after the deep dive review of this, I can confirm that he is funk. That's one thing for sure. I can confirm it with a lot of reassurance from the way he produces music, the way he constructs everything. I can confirm that Young Molz is funk. Fact. But the title of the track, I Am Funk, part of the album that's going to be released in this month. We got an album upcoming and it's going to be beautiful and it's going to be amazing. So let me just this dissect this. Let's just look at this track, because telling you about this track, the first word I can use, or the first perfect definition I can use to describe this production itself, is funk. Funk music, groovy house music itself. Groovy, funky house music. I know those were 3 words, but you get what I'm trying to mean. Let's look at this. See, what I love about this track, I Am Funk, it's so organic in a sense. It's so raw. It's so enriched with organic elements infused with today's production elements of deep house music. And looking in towards this production itself, let me start with the foundation. The foundation, specifically, what I wrote down and what I noticed about this foundation is that it's a simplistic foundation of a normal house music track. You know, when you just hear the kick, the claps, the snares, all going in a rhythmatic, that's not a word, in a functioning pattern where they give off that old house school vibe, you know, kick, clap, kick, clap, kick, clap, doom, doom. But you know the rhythm of how it was in terms of looking at it from the house perspective of old house music. But what I love about it is that the foundation is constructed in means of it allows high frequency elements to be freely expressed. Hear me out. In terms of high frequency elements, you won't hear the kick too much. The kick sounds a bit posh, but high frequency elements such as the snare and the claps are high in pitch or are allowed to move and be free, giving off that sharp vibe towards it, that texture off. When you hear it, you want to also clap your hands. You want to also be in sync with the high frequency elements or within the foundation. And then moving towards the chord progression. See, what I did in terms of this track, I looked upon 3 components. I looked upon, instead of usually 4, foundation, chord progression and melody, not the bridge, because the entire song is a bridge of its own. But looking at the progressing to the chord progression, the melody of this one, what I love, or what I hear, and what you're going to hear is that it's carried by a light organic chord. It's like a string. There's a combination of this bass guitar chord and the light organ. An organ, the organ sound. Those two combinations, those two elements play a significant role and part in this track. They help the track alleviate this function of it being groovy, being raw, being funky, and being house music at its best. Because what I love about these two components, the organic chord and the bass guitar, because they are the ones that carry the melody of the song, allowing young Molz to, when he introduces other elements, other synths, other chords, other elements, when he introduces them, he allows them to free play and allows them to have space due to the fact of these two components, which form like the bassy, which form like the important components of the track, giving a thick, vibrant sound that carries the rhythm and pushes towards the melody, allowing other elements, when they're introduced, to free play, to breathe, to have a say, to be outstanding, to play its role as well. And moving from that, deriving from the chord progression, which is unique in a sense. Another thing adding towards the chord progression, what I love is that the bass guitar, it gives off this funky, this blue vibes. The blues, it gives off this blue vibes, but in a higher pitch, obviously, because blues, they down in tempo, but it gives off that blues feeling, giving off that raw feeling, adding towards the texture of the track and adding towards the texture of the entire track in terms of house music. Like, it's unique. That's one thing I could say. That bass guitar, it's so raw, so unique, so funky, so many words I can use, but the words that I just use will make sense in terms of the melody when I'm deriving towards the melody, which is point number 3. The emotions derived from the melody, or I'm not gonna use big words, but the emotions that are sent from the melody itself is grooviness. That's the emotion that you feel from this melody of I Am Funk by Young Molz. The melody gives off an emotional vibe of just grooviness. The entire track, the melody of the track, makes sure that you don't just tap your head, your feet alone when you're just tapping and just moving your head, but you want to stand up, you want to groove, you want to move like the old times, you want to just feel the song. And that's just the importance of this melody within this track. It just it creates that type of emotion to be expelled and to be felt and to be, feel that grooviness, that funky tone. I mean, the guy is Young Molz. He is funk. That's a fact. So enough wasting time. Let's just listen to this and then you get exactly what I mean. Let's go. pause it here. I'm going to pause it here at the bridge for two reasons. First reason, I didn't break down the bridge. And the reason being that I didn't break down the bridge is the second reason. The second reason I want to vent. I want to vent on how beautiful this brother of mine is gifted in terms of creating genuine, funky, groovy house music. Just listen to the fact of you heard from the track, you heard from the way it was structured, you heard from the build up, you heard from the organic elements that are included in this production, that Young Molz is here to stay. Young Molz is a prominent aspect of creating soulful, groovy, funky house music. You heard it. You heard the structure, you heard the value, you heard the emotion, you heard the organic raw elements instilled in it. The level in which he produces house music is of sculptured music himself. Sometimes I don't feel like I know the aspect of house music is safe, because it shows that the future is bright in terms of people who are talented and who produce house music at this level, just like Young Molz. Because this production, nah, brother, it is house music. It is house music at its best, and it's a glimpse, it's a taste of what's to come in this new album that's coming up, I think this Friday, if not the following one. But you can just tell that the house music spectrum is growing and it's safe. The future is bright. And Young Molz is carrying the aspect of groovy, funky house music. So I'm going to stop it here. Massive shout out to my brother Young Molz, and just keep on doing what you're doing. It's a word that I say to every producer that I get a conversation with. Just keep on doing what you're doing, because it's going somewhere. So yeah, leave a comment, review, what's your take, how do you feel about the track, engage with us. You're my housemates, you have to engage with us. And yeah, see you on the next run. It's your boy, the one and only, the deepest, signing out to all my housemates. Cheers.